I'm so honored to introduce to you our next guest joining us for Pillow Talk. She's an Emmy-nominated director, nominated for directing daytime soap serials such as Passions, Another World, Guiding Light. She's directed both seasons 2 and 3 of the Emmy Award-winning online drama Venice the Series. From independent films to reality TV, she has done it all. She's even stage managing for live TV for the NFL Network, NBC's Access Hollywood, and TBS's Conan. Satin Lounge, please help me welcome the creatively innovative Karen Wilkens. Did I milk it enough for you?
I feel very, very milked.
She's milked. Oh my God, that's the best compliment the Satin Lounge has ever gotten.
Right there.
Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
I want to tell you, Satin Lounge, she is the most humble person that you'd ever meet. And I told her I need to shout it from the rooftops how amazing you are. And I'm so appreciative that you came on and let me do that.
You know, it's nice to be loved.
You are loved. You've had a fascinating career, Karen. It seems that most of your work has been behind the scenes, you know, maybe looking through the lens and directing. Have you always known that directing was how you wanted to communicate with the world? How did you get started in this?
Well, you know, growing up, I just loved television. Watched it all the time. Loved reading books, too. But television, I always had my favorites. And, wanted to work in television from when I was a little kid. And then I discovered soaps kind of as a teenager. And soaps are in New York. And I'm from New York.
Oh, New York, East Coaster.
I had no desire to ever move to L.A.
Here you are.
And here I am, however. But yeah, so I just, in college, got an internship and started as really, you know, an intern. Yeah. Worked my way up and always thought I was going to be a writer.
Okay.
I don't know. I loved that kind of thing. But I did a dabble in it. I had a friend who was a writer on soaps, and I wrote a couple scripts, and she gave me criticisms and positives as well. And then I started getting down onto the stage and being in the control room, and that was really where I like to be. And that's when I sort of started on the path to directing.
Seeing the behind the scenes, how it works, how it comes together.
Right.
And the masterminds behind.
Yeah, and working with the actors. Yeah. That's what, once I was down there and got a chance to see how you can mold performances, and, you know, even though we have to move really quickly in soaps, that was sort of writing. You're sort of locked in a little room by yourself a lot of times, and I'm too social to do that. So I that's where it started.
Awesome. Now, I've always considered what you do, or directing, or that genre of entertainment, as being male-dominated mostly. It's like a male-dominated sport. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
How did you get the opportunity to play? I mean, what was it? Were there challenges to
as a woman?
Yeah.
I guess, but not, I mean, soaps are pretty, you know, I think because it's, you know, it was always thought of as like a women's genre.
Michael Fairman says it's for women and gay men.
Yeah, well, yeah. And that's who works in daytime.
Right, let's get it straight.
So, yeah, I mean, it was, yes, when I started, there were all men as directors, say at Another World. But there was, you know, little by little, there were women moving into it. So by the time I got there,
the doors were already open.
The doors were somewhat open. Yeah. And
that's awesome.
So, yeah, I mean, I would say on Another World, there was always at least one woman on the staff of, like, usually 5 people. There'd be at least 1 or 2 women. Guiding Light, there was definitely at least 2 women. Passions, I was the only woman there. So, I mean, each show is different. But I would say I didn't have too much trouble as a woman getting in.
Well, I love the fact that you still, in your own way, have pioneered a path for others behind you who might be interested in directing, maybe not so much in soaps, and we'll talk about that much later, but just following their dreams and their desires as being someone who is behind the scenes, making some of the decisions, the creative decisions, and teaming up with the actors and pulling the best out of them. I would say you're definitely a pioneer in that area.
Well, thank you. I think there was a lot of women before me that did it as well. But yeah,
did I tell you she was kind of humble every Satin Lounge? I told you that, didn't I? Karen, who or what was the single most influential force for you to fine tune your creative energy that helped you decide I'm going this way?
Well,
was there?
Yeah, I don't know if there was one in particular. I think there were a lot of people, and I think I took something from each. When I was a PA, I think you would work very closely with each director.